It's apparently an unofficial rule of game design that if you add in zombies, you're automatically improving a game's quality, no matter the genre. Tecmo's Undead Knights, a hack-and-slash title that involves creating undead underlings, bucks this trend. After a few hours of mindless repetition, you'll be groaning louder than any zombie under your command.
Together, we will right the injustice you have suffered.
3 members of the Blood family, Remus, his wife Sylvia, and brother Romulus, seek revenge against an elderly king and his corruptive young bride. The trio is a bit upset about having been murdered, so they make a pact with the underworld to be reanimated. All 3 protagonists now have the power to turn the living into the undead, and they vow to eliminate everyone responsible for their untimely end. The story is told through short cutscenes at various points throughout the game, explaining who you're about to eliminate, their role in your character's death, and not much else.
In your day, you fought armies of giants. Twice your size and thrice your number.
The game is divided into 20 chapters, with each taking roughly 10 minutes to complete on the normal difficulty setting. There's only one single-player mode, but there is a degree of replay value with 3 characters, 3 difficulty settings, close to 50 achievements, and a ranking system that rewards you for capturing as many souls as you can and completing chapters as quickly as possible. In addition to a letter ranking, you'll receive dark energy that you can spend on 18 upgrades for each character, such as improving the time it takes to create undead minions or adding a charge-up move. There's also ad hoc wireless support for up to 4 players, but instead of going through the main campaign together, you'll throw zombies at each other or race through areas trying to earn points. The 3 multiplayer modes will be played a few times and forgotten, much like the main game.
But you've got the wrong old man! It was the king! The king!
The gameplay in Undead Knights borrows a few elements from the Dynasty Warriors, Devil May Cry, and Overlord franchises, but only the basics. From Dynasty Warriors, you have the large group of enemies to swing at, as others stand motionless in the distance, apparently oblivious to the carnage around them. From Devil May Cry, you'll be collecting souls from fallen enemies. And from Overlord, you'll be able to instruct your zombies to gang up on enemies, break down structures, and even create bridges with their bodies. Regardless, the action always degenerates into the same pattern. Hack at nearby soldiers, hold a button to grab them by the throat, and wait a few seconds until they're converted to zombies. Since any zombie that isn't turned into kibbles and bits by enemies decays after a certain amount of time, you have to keep on converting soldiers, which tends to interrupt the flow of combat. Once you've transformed enough zombies, you'll use them to complete objectives. Each chapter involves progressing through a series of arena-type environments, where you'll need to eliminate a specific group of soldiers, destroy certain objects, defeat a boss character, and so forth, to unlock a gate leading to the next area. Your zombies can be picked up and thrown to bowl over enemies or distract larger characters, smashed to the ground to stun nearby enemies, and used as shields. Yet the unruly camera, dodgy collision detection, and sluggish aiming mechanism means these actions quickly become a chore. Undead Knights offers plenty of medieval soldiers, beasts, and giant bosses to slice and dice, but the quantity of enemies displayed on the screen results in some skimping on quality when it comes to environmental detail. You'll be fighting in flat, open areas with nothing much of note besides the soldiers you're skewering. In addition to enemies, you'll see archer towers, a handful of barrels or pots to smash, and a few oddly placed wooden fences. One nice touch is that you'll see blood splatter across the screen as your zombie minions crunch and munch on nearby foes. The 3D characters aren't much of an improvement over the bland environments. Your lead protagonist moves like he or she is skating across the field instead of walking or running, giving the game a loose, imprecise feel that isn't helped by a camera that needs to be constantly adjusted with a directional pad. The repetitive phrases uttered by your alter ego are grating, and the heavy metal soundtrack attempts to give the game an edgy feel that doesn't quite gel with the on-screen action.
Go on, boys!
To simplistic for a strategy title and too clumsy for a pure action game, Undead Knights is a mishmash of poorly executed ideas that will disappoint even the most ardent zombie fan.